Amazing encouragement, firstly. If you have a Muslim friend, that's a very encouraging thing. We live in a world where the world tries to separate us into different ghettos where we don't even talk to each other and have friendships. So the fact that you would have friendship with someone from a different worldview perspective is awesome and exactly what Jesus would hope for you. But if you're talking to someone who is your friend, friendship should be rooted in truth and honesty. Now for me, my friends, we don't always agree about everything. I've got Muslim friends, I've got friends from all different walks of life, and we often have some very interesting discussions. But what we all agree as friends is that in order to be truly friends, we need to be honest with each other. So we can have honest discussions about what we agree and disagree about, and we've learned as friends that it's actually possible, believe it or not, to disagree without being disagreeable with each other. So if I was speaking to my Muslim friend, I would say, okay, great. We need to move beyond simply saying, my Bible says that Jesus died and then rose again, and your Quran says that Jesus didn't die, let alone resurrect, and then leave it at there. No, my Bible says, well, my scripture says, you need to say, okay, let's step back as friends, and let's ask ourselves the bigger question, on what basis do we put our trust in this holy book or in this holy series of books or in this book? On what basis? And then hopefully once you start having that conversation, you can point out that how, on the basis of reasons and evidence, the evidence leads to the fact that what the Bible actually says is true. The historical evidence. And the thing about historical evidence is that that is accessible to everyone. You don't have to be a Christian to examine historical evidence. And so basically, like God does with us, you sit down and you say, come, let's reason together. And in this talk, we've looked at very much some of the reasons and the evidence for why you would think, why it makes complete sense that Jesus really did rise from the dead. A follow-up question might be, given the historical data that I've presented and the evidence that I've presented from history, why do you think that he didn't rise from the dead? And see where the conversation goes from there.